Yo everybody, Limsy here, and in today's video we have got for you a special type of video. Since last time you guys killed it on the views, I wanted to make another video for you guys explaining my custom tactics. So in this video, this is the team that I've used with the custom tactics, and for me they have worked significantly well, because it did actually manage to get me my best ever finish in FIFA 20 this year, which is gold 1, 20 and 8. So holding only 8 losses, and a few of them were choke games, but 20 wins and 8 losses. This team, or the players that you have, may vary, and the custom tactics though, if you guys know how to play this style very well, then once you get to grips with it, it should get you a very good position and you could dominate the game in game life. So without further ado, let's get into the custom tactics. We do run 4-3-3 number 4 just to get everyone on 10 chem, as you guys can see. Of course, and Diddy's on 8, but that's not really a key factor. However, let's get right into the custom tactics and I'll show you guys how it is. We don't actually use any of the ultra defensive, or ultra attacking formations or modes. It's just the attacking one. So in the attacking, I just switch to it in game right before kickoff, and I go balanced and balanced, defensive and defensive. So obviously you guys may think my width and depth are kind of low. My width should be a bit higher, my depth should be a bit higher, like 6 or 7. But this here, I feel like this is key to the success, because the players are just about as wide as the edge of the 18-yard box, and because crosses aren't as effective in this game, people tend to try and play 1-2 passes or try and play over top through ball or something like that, maybe down the line, but either way they have to cut in. So it's kind of a good balanced kind of width in terms of holding off a defender on the edge of the box, holding off with a defender on the edge of the box, and preventing the cross or the through ball. Maybe they might get a through ball and a counter attack. That's where you're probably most vulnerable in this formation and this play style. But if you can prevent the counter attacks, then you're not going to concede as many goals unless you do drag out your defenders, which is a main mistake that is made by many. So depth as well. The depth is actually, we're not too far back and we're not too far forward. So obviously we don't want to be too far ahead, because we'll get caught on a counter attack with like a through ball. And obviously my defenders, Diego Carlos being the quickest of them all. Rio Ferdinand isn't the quickest, but he is still a beast. So I like to keep kind of balanced in a way, so that my defense is kind of set up already, ready for the striker to pounce on them. Because for some reason the strikers seem to just drop off when I'm playing in this depth. They never seem to tend to make through ball runs, because if they get past my defense, then my goalkeeper's coming out straight away. That's the problem that they face. So in the offensive style, we go with balance, because we don't want to go too pressured, or we don't want to go long ball, because obviously that leaves a few gaps and we don't want to have that. You just want to stay nice and composed when playing the ball around and just get a nice medium kind of build up. Unless you're dying for a through ball, then you just try and play it as quick as possible, and you do your L1 or LT, is it LT? No, LB, sorry, on Xbox. You do them runs, which allows the player to just run automatically, and you wait for the ball. But obviously don't make it too bait. The width, again, we've actually gone with the same width, because obviously, as I explained before, it's not too wide and it's not too compact. I think it's just the perfect amount. Players in the box, however, we do actually put that up to 7. Now this is because with my players in the box, they don't actually all rush into the box, as you guys may think. So I have my cam, which is Ansu Fati. He sits on the edge of the box, I believe, but I think it might be balanced, so he alternates between going in and stepping out. Because this winger player that is going to be crossing the ball is going to be Mohamed Salah, or any other player, like maybe Mariano. But majority of the time, Mariano's sitting in the middle and Salah's putting the cross in. We don't actually drag our fullbacks up, because again, we don't want to leave too many gaps. And what this allows is Salah pulls out and it creates more space for Mariano, because it also drags the defender out at the same time, giving Mariano more space in the box to try and create space for himself and get a finish off. For corners, we only put 2 up, because corners are just rubbish on this game. can't really do the front post tactic, and it's just hard to really score corners, you know, unless you're actually curving it in because the keeper's rubbish. Free kicks the same. We only put 2 in because it's just hard to score from a free kick. And short free kicks I'm always shooting from because I got Mariano with 99 free kick accuracy. So, you know, that's how that works. Moving on to the formation, we got 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. And you guys can see Ter Stegen in goal, Ferdinand, Alexander-Arnold, Diego Carlos and Mendy as our back 4. And Didi sits in the CDM role just in front of the defence. Toni Kroos as our right centre mid. So this right centre mid role will be the more attacking centre mid of the two. So between Vidal and Kroos, I've decided to put Kroos as more of the attacking centre mid because obviously his long ball range and his short passing range is insane. And that obviously gives Ansu Fati another option when he receives the ball. Toni Kroos is there. And obviously he could just drop off and run. Play a nice 1-2 or even pick out a pass to one of our strikers. Vidal, of course, he's going to be the box-to-box kind of powerhouse in the midfield. That's doing all the defensive work, just marking the men, making sure he's cutting the passing lanes. At the same time, and Didi does the same thing. So now the moment you guys have been waiting for, the custom tactics. Obviously, the Stegen, I leave at all. I just leave because nothing needed here. On our wing-backs, full-backs, sorry, we go stay back while attacking and just normal interceptions, mixed attack. Obviously centre back, stay back while attacking. I did used to have them on aggressive interceptions because obviously that would intercept the ball quicker and the fast play. But I kind of built out of that fast play because I was getting caught out of a lot of counter attacks and just conceding a lot. So I decided to put them on normal interceptions, and it's worked out a bit more because they're more conservative with their kind of play, and they just kind of hold off, wait until the right moment, and then make the interception when necessary, of course. So now in Didi we go into our defensive behavior. He is unbalanced. We don't want him to cut passing lanes because sometimes it can drag him out, and we don't want him to man mark as well because obviously again it can drag him out of position. We just want him to try and sit in between the sit in front of that defense and in between, well, behind the midfielders in the formation that's shown right now. We put him on stay back while attacking, of course, because we don't want him going up. We need to CDM there just to be the last line of kind of defense before the defense itself. And you've got the cover center role, which allows him to stay in the middle of the field instead of running out wide to cover a player that's just been taken round. So yeah, Kroos and Vidal, I believe they're on the same thing. Balance attack, balance crossing runs, normal interception, stick to position. And Kroos and Vidal, I believe they're both on cover wing. Yeah. So I leave these two because obviously we don't want to tweak too much about it. We don't want one staying back because we've got Ndidi there. We kind of want them being balanced again. Kroos can defend and attack. Same with Vidal. So I just keep them unbalanced. Cover wing, of course. It's not always like they go out wide. But when it's necessary that they need to cover the wing, then they will do so. Other than that, they kind of just sit reserved in the middle and just wait for a player to come through. And with the balanced crossing runs as well, it links back to our earlier play with the players in the box. Kroos and Vidal as well, they kind of get in sometimes if they're higher up in the pitch. Anyway, moving on to Ansu Fati, our number 10 role. We put him on stay forward because we need that extra option up there for our strikers to kind of drop the ball to and make their run. Or if Ansu Fati's got it, it allows him to like pick out the striker more quickly, and it forces the midfielder to sit back, kind of, in a way. Balanced crossing runs, of course, we don't really want, we want him to alternate between going into the box and staying on the edge of the box, because obviously Salah is going to be the one putting in the crosses half of the time, if not most of the time. Positioning, however, we put him on free roam because we want him to try and create as much space as possible for Vidal and Kroos to kind of come through, and Ansu Fati kind of creates that space, which I think I like him a lot for doing in his card. Moving on to our strikers now, we do have Mariano on stay forward, stay central, and get him behind. What this allows is that him staying forward will give another option when we're trying to clear the ball out. It gives us the option to play the ball to him up in the field, and him staying central would be necessary because we don't want him pulling out wide, as we're going to have Salah pulling out wide. So your left striker is going to be the one that's going to be more of a winger kind of, but he's still a striker. He'll be the one pulling out more. So a player that will pull out more in your team on like get a cross in maybe, or cut out pull out to create more space in the striker area. Put them as your left striker, and your right striker will be the one that stays central and kind of the more finisher of the two. Getting behind as well, because if Ansu Fati's got the ball, or Kroos or Vidal, any of them have got the ball, we want him to get in behind, because sometimes we don't always have to play the ball to him, but it will drag the defense back a few yards, which gives us more space for Ansu Fati to run into, or the team as a whole to just step up into, which gains us a few yards, of course, and Salah can obviously create his space as well. That's about it for Mariano. And Salah, we have balanced width, because we don't want him drifting wide, and we don't want him staying central. So it's obviously a key factor that if he gets the ball, or the off ball runs of Salah, sometimes you would make him run out so you can create space. Or if you get the ball, you want to pull out a bit and then make the pass into Mariano or Ansu Fati or whoever your striker or cam is. Obviously, still, we do want him getting behind, because not all the time, as we said just now, we don't want him always pulling out. So we want him to get in behind sometimes. If we got that ball in the camera or the centre mid, and we can play a nice through ball, that's going to be a defence splitting pass. Then we want him to get in behind, because we want him to run onto that, because he's got like 97 sprint speed and like 99 acceleration. So we want that, and of course, staying forward would help us beneficially. It'll be beneficial, sorry, to us, because obviously Mariano and Salah staying forward gives us another option, which leaves 3 people up at the top, which is enough to play a ball around the defense, or just drop it off and go, make a fake run, etc, etc. Now the role is something that you lot probably don't even care about. My captain, I don't know why it's Salah, to be honest. I'll probably have it as Ndidi or someone, or Ferdinand. Short free kick, of course, Mariano, because look at them stats. 99 curve, 99 free kick accuracy, and 98 shot power. It's insane. He scores more or less every single free kick. Long free kick we put as Toni Kroos, because he's got 93 curve and like 96 long shots. So we don't really take a long shot with Toni Kroos. So we just put him on there just to kind of like whip it in. And our penalties, we have Ansu Fati, because boy, he has 99 penalties and 99 finishing. What more could you get from him? Left corner, of course, Toni Kroos, because we don't want Trent, who's on the right corner, to be going all the way over to the left, because obviously he has to make a diagonal run all the way across the pitch when tracking back. And if we're on the counter attack, that's not crucial. That's not very beneficial for us, as it can leave a lot of gaps down the right hand side. And yeah, so we put him on the right corner only, and Toni Kroos on the left corner, because someone can easily cover Toni Kroos in that midfield position when we're dropping back. Well, that is about it for this team, guys. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. I'm always here to help. I'll probably see it as soon as possible and reply as soon as possible to you guys. So stay tuned. Make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video or stream that I do. Goodbye.